So, at vCom, we fundamentally believe that there are 9 phases to managing all of your IT assets and spend. And so we offer those 9 phases through planning and procurement, our operations management, and our expense management. It's a comprehensive solution that allows you to design the solution and then implement your solution through our operations team and then manage it on an ongoing basis through our platform vManager that provides you insight into what you're spending, where it is, and then helps you make decisions about what you want to do with your spend in the future. How do you want to change your environment? How do you want to morph that in? We take that philosophy and then couple it with a robust marketplace where we can broker services through hundreds of different carriers. And we also have our product, Quantum Shift, that's an aggregator that provides you really the ultimate solution, because through Quantum Shift, you get the aggregation, normalization, integration, and consolidation onto a single invoice of those services. So that provides you a simplicity that you can't get anywhere else, right? So complex services across multiple carriers, all presented on one invoice where the language is normalized so you know what you're seeing through each carrier. You can understand the language because we make it sort of plain speak instead of the vendor speak. And then it's all coupled with our vManager software that provides you insight and analytics and our subject matter experts who can help you navigate the landscape out there and provide better solutions all the way around. And we just feel that comprehensive solution really works in our target audience, which is mid-enterprise. And those companies really need a partner. They're not large enough to do it themselves. They certainly can't just go out and hire a team to do it. And so they need to be enabled with a software and subject matter experts that can help provide insight and guidance and make decisions about their environment that really help them move their business forward. They can focus on their core business while we focus on managing their IT spend and their IT assets and provide them insight into how we can improve the environment. Yeah, very important to us. As I just said, we become a partner with our customers. These mid-enterprise customers, they need a trusted advisor who understands their environment, understands their business objectives, and we work very hard on that. So our subject matter experts sit down with our customers and talk about, where are you going? What do you need? What are your goals in the programs that we have, whether it be expense, network lifecycle management, mobile lifecycle management? Or is it cost reduction? Is it visibility? Is it, what are the values that we can bring to you? Information through our analytics. It's really interesting to us that when we poll our customers, the traditional TIM companies talk a lot about cost savings, and we deliver cost savings. However, our customers tell us that having visibility into their assets, where they are, and how much they're spending on them is just as important. And then having information that helps them make decisions and saves them time in executing on those decisions with our teams that are making move, add changes and disconnects, that are working with vendors to make sure that things get installed when they should be installed, that having our teams provide those functions for them is just as valuable to them in cost reductions, because it allows them, again, to focus on their core business, and they don't have to spend their time doing these other things that really are just time consuming. One of the phrases that we use is, we do the heavy lifting so you don't have to. And that's really, what our customers think is the most important part is, we're monitoring their network. We're ensuring that their circuits are up and functioning. If we notice a problem, in our monitoring, we proactively open up tickets, for example, with the vendor and track down the source of the problem and get it resolved, often before our customers even realize that they have an outage. And so that allows them to have the confidence to focus on their business while we are, watching these IT assets and helping them, keep them up and running and keep delivering services to their business. And that's, so once we align on their objectives, then we set a plan for that. Here's how we're going to meet those objectives. And then we meet with our customers very frequently. We said we wanted to accomplish this. And so here's where we are on that path. We hold regular business reviews with them. If we have a large project going on, we'll often meet weekly with our customer to talk about, we're transitioning into, your network, maybe into a SIP based environment. And so here's where we are with all of the various orders that we're managing for you. Here's where we are with the connectivity being put in place, and keep them informed of that. And so communication is key with us, and it really feeds into that idea of a trusted partner, right? We're there with you. We're sitting on your side of the table, and we want you to understand the things that we're doing and where we are and progressing, and the roadblocks that we're eliminating for you, so you don't have to spend your time doing that. And that's very important to us and very important to our customers, that we have those communications, and that we're just sort of constantly refreshing objectives, actions we're going to take. Here's how we're going to accomplish the next objective. And, that just is really fundamental to what we do as well. One of our hallmarks is that we are constantly looking for ways to improve. As a software and managed services company, we need to look at our operations. First of all, as our people are executing, how can we do that better? How can we create automations? Where maybe we're using RPA, maybe we're using, AI, various tools at our disposal to execute on all of these mechanical things, like tracking down orders, tracking down activity that's happening. How do we get better information from the vendors we're working with in a more timely fashion? And so we have to constantly look at that. We have to constantly look at how we can apply automations and how we can do things in a different way. So we're not just, I call it pushing the rock up the hill, right? I mean, you can just go do this manually and follow all these tedious processes that the vendors like to put in front of us. But we really need to work our way around that. We need to make sure the processes we're using are the most efficient, and we need to make sure that we're applying technology everywhere that we can. And so, for example, one great innovation we've just come up with is we launched what we call VAI. So within our software, we have an AI tool that helps you find what you're looking for in our software much, much more quickly than you could before. You literally can go in, type in any question. For example, how much, what circuit do I have at this location? And it will automatically bring that information up. So you really don't even have to navigate through the software to go to your assets, find that asset. It's there. And if you're accustomed to doing that, great. If you kind of forget where something is, type that question in. VAI will return that information to you right away. We're coupling that with a group that we just launched called our Customer Care Center. And this Customer Care Center is there also to help customers with whatever questions they have. So you go through VAI, maybe don't find what you're looking for. I have I'm still not, sure that I'm getting the right answer. You go to this team, they put you in the right place almost immediately so that you're getting the answers you need, getting the information you need. And that team can also help you maybe look at something a different way. Right. It goes back to that partnership with our customer. One of the things that we know is a customer may say, hey, I need a report that shows, X things about my spend. Right. And we always ask, well, what are you going to use that for? Right. We may take a different view of it. I understand what you asked for, but if you're going to use it for that, let's go pull this report down. Here's the information in the platform in vManager that's going to point you toward that answer that you're looking for and get you there faster. Right. So we're always looking for that. We innovate with technology. We're always looking for ways to make our software work better and to have our managed services work better, particularly technology enabled in those services, creating automations and creating avenues for us to get to answers much more quickly for our customers, so they could, again, continue functioning in their business while we manage this IT spend and assets for them. That's an area that requires a lot of work, right? And so part of that is, with our technology experts, they're always educating themselves on, what technologies are available, how are those going to be used. You just look at, network marketplace, how, circuitry and connectivity continues to evolve, continues to change. You get introduced with different types of cloud services now. Security is a huge factor with all of our customers, and staying on top of that and having our bench of subject matter experts who are constantly learning more about what's in the marketplace, learning about the technologies that are available, how those can be used is really critical to us. And on the other side of that, going back to being a trusted partner with our customers, we spend a lot of time talking with them. So as we have business reviews, we ask them, part of that is we ask them, what are you seeing in the marketplace? What is it that you would like to see us do that we're not doing today? And that's great research for us, just having that conversation with our customers and having them say, well, when I go into my expense module, sometimes I would like to see it have a different functionality. And then we'll put that into our roadmap. How do we develop that? How will our customers use it? That's very, very important to us. And we have those conversations directly with our customers. And then we have two groups that we work with. One is what we call our advisory council. These are really high-level decision makers, probably CIOs, CFOs, CEOs, that we meet with periodically. And we talk about trends in the marketplace, very high level. What are you seeing? What are the things that you're seeing 1 year, 3 years, 5 years from now that are going to be very important that we need to get out in front of? How is it that we can help enable you at the leadership, at the strategic level with our software and managed services to make the decisions you need to make, to move in the direction you need to move, to have all of this IT working the way you need it to work to enable your business? Very, very important to us. Fantastic conversations. The other group that we have is a super user group. These are people who are in our software, probably AP teams or IT technicians, even like mobile analysts who are in the weeds, getting devices out to people, day-to-day activity. We meet with them and we like to test out new functionality with them quite frequently. Here's something we're thinking about building. If we build it this way, what would you think of that? And have them give us some very direct feedback, how it could work better, what we're missing, what we need to add to it. And those super users are really, really important when we get into the nuts and bolts of our software, right? And we've learned many, many things from them. Sometimes we don't have the workflow in a way that, makes sense to somebody who's actually in there using it. And so we can adjust that and we can make it flow better. And having the people who are in there day to day helping us navigation, information that's available, how we structure things within the software that makes it easier for them to use, very, very valuable to us. So we have a lot of different entry points, and then we bring that together and distill it, with our product team, with our steering committee that's, really looking at these, bringing all these ideas together, and how do we integrate all those together and make the product better moving forward? And that's very, very valuable to us.